All right, so our good brother Keith Thurman. I don't know if I'm gonna put this video up before this one will probably go up before the original video, the video I did with him talking shit about Sebastian Fundora, and then I'll put the other one up later. Or I might even put the other one up late morning, late night, whatever. So apparently Keith Thurman was mad at Fundora in the fight being called off, so they postponed it. And they're gonna combine that with the Pacquiao and Rolly card. That just lets you know that PBC is done. They didn't sell no tickets for the fight. The fight wasn't a good look, so now they consolidating cards. So you also put Lara and Jenna Big. They made that official, I believe. O'Shaquie Foster and Foden. I seen a poster with them move to the Roach card with Cruz, so Roach, Cruz, Lara, Jenna Big, and then I think after Lara and Jenna Big, they're saying Shockey Foster and Fulton on the card. So personally, how I feel about it, I don't care, bro. It is what it is. You know, these people are so irritating, bro. I'm not going no more faster than what I'm going, bro. You literally can just go around. I just hate driving amongst brags. But yeah, I just think that they going broke. So, you know, we already know it's downhill. I can believe they put Cruz and Roach on pay-per-view. I thought that shit was a joke, but they did. But this particular fight, they wasn't selling no tickets. Thurman is, you know, turned a lot of people off not fighting Errol Spence. His hiatus going away. And ultimately, a lot of people just got turned off. And Fundora just don't sell. I've said it before and I say it again. Sebastian Fundora don't sell. As tall as he is, you know, as exciting as his fights are and suspenseful that his fights are, he literally doesn't sell. So in reality, it's nothing that you literally can do about it. You know, I mean, I feel like they should have took the Crawford fight and marched towards the Canelo fight themselves. But really, you know, for him, are you really, you know, in a rush to put him at 160? It's nothing really at 160 pounds. Not nothing at 160. There's nothing at 160. So what's the real rush? Because if you ain't rushing towards a Crawford fight and you ain't rushing towards the Canelo fight, I mean, it may make them a lot of sense that it may make a lot of sense for them to it may make a lot of sense for them just to slow walk them, to be honest. And that's what it seems that they're doing. They slow walking them. And really, what's the purpose? Once you look at it, what's the purpose of Fundora? What can he do? If he fought Prime Charlo, it would have did him no good. Real talk, if he fought Prime Charlo, what good would it have done? Nothing. He'd fought Errol Spence, would he be a bigger star? No. So at this point, it's not like people just are not fond. People are not fond of him. People are not fond. Like, people are not gravitating. When he fighting Coachella or near that, people are not gravitating towards him. So to me, like, you would put him and Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is a faded star. And I don't his skills are diminished because that Brock Jarvis dude almost knocked him out. I told y'all that. But if you don't know what you're watching, you know, he hit him with a good shot and then Keith started moving again. You know, Fundora and Thurman is just a formality of Thurman getting clipped and getting his coronation and getting retired. So what's the real suspense in that fight? It's nothing. It's just people with the typical fight today. It's not really interesting on paper. So how do they make these fights today interesting? They just use all these potential talking points. Oh, this can happen or that can happen. Or they hope and pray for the upset. And I've coined the term that the upset in today's boxing is the new big fight. You know, if Canelo beat Crawford, it wouldn't have been as big as Crawford beating Canelo. So other than that, there's nothing to Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora. Nobody asked for it. Nobody cared for it. You know, apparently Keith Thurman is getting antsy. He wants to fight now, and I don't know if he need the money. He probably need the money. Told you all that time where he was, you know, he fought Pacquiao Then he turned down fighting in the pandemic year because he didn't want to fight. Dog, can't nobody afford to miss no money, miss no money and miss no paydays, bro. I keep telling y'all that can't nobody afford to miss no paydays, man. Especially when you supporting a family. When you a single man and you live a modest lifestyle, you can do that because I ain't worried about them. Because every time you start dealing, when you got a family, you know, kids respond. Every time you start building up money, here they come eating it. That's why when you're a family man, it really ain't about stacking money. It's really about investing it. You know, yeah, when you're single, you can stack money as much as you want to. Inflation can eat through it as much as it want to, because from the fact of the matter it is, I ain't doing this for nobody but myself. You know what I'm saying? When you got a family, they always need something, always. And they always looking at you to deliver. Ain't nobody else gonna deliver it for you. They looking at you to deliver. That's why a lot of men are opting out of being a father, being out of family, because it's a thankless job. You know, it's a thankless job. You do all this shit and it still fuck you, or you wasn't there. And it's like, okay. Well, I want to end up like Ty when I could just fuck these hoes, stay single and just chill. You know what I'm saying? A legacy, it ain't as appealing. You know, they talking about women not wanting to be mothers. It's a bunch of men opting in, not wanting to be fathers no more because, you know, bitch run off with the kids and all that. But, you know, Thurman went overseas. Like it's working out well for him. He brought a beautiful woman back. So, but you know, he ain't the same motherfucker who drove a Prius no more at all. At all. That Thurman is gone. That old girl got him spending that cash. That's how it always is. When you a single man, dog, your overhead be so low. You add kids and a bitch, oh my God. They want to do everything. You know, but other than that, I feel him on that. Like, you was ready to go October, you know, face was all fucked up and sparring. And to me, he don't possess the jab. He don't possess the jab, the punch resistance. He don't possess the ability to beat him at all. It's gonna look like Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez. To be Fundora, you know, Mendoza clipped him with a good hook, and Keith got a good hook, but he don't throw a jab enough. This is a bad matchup, bro. If he beat Fundora, credit to him. It's such a bad match. I don't see how he can win other than clipping him. He don't pick up the jab. He don't pick up the jab enough. That's body bad. So I'm pretty sure as long as them zeros stay the same on their check, they don't care. Well, nobody buying that shit. You know, ain't nobody buying Pacquiao and Rolly neither. Like, why would I buy that? Why would I buy that? They are out their mind. I just want to know, how are they bankrolling money by putting it on paper? Who's buying this? Where's the money coming from? Or no hand injury, them motherfuckers. And they couldn't put it on Cruz and Roach, because that co-main is probably bigger than that main event. So they had to move it to January. Yeah, man, like I said before, you know, I don't want to see none of that shit they got coming up. You know what I'm saying? Roach and Cruz, I mean, the fuck does that do for boxing? They make all these weak ass fights. But shout out to O'Shaquie Foster and Foden. That's a fight I do want to see. Lara and Jinovic, I don't really care if they fight or don't fight. I don't care if they fight Crawford. I don't want to see that shit. They just give you shit that you don't want to see. I like that Turkey card though. You know, Yard gonna knock out Benavidez. Norman probably gonna knock out Devin Haney. Or whoever else on that. I think Better Be at pulled out. We don't know why. I haven't heard why, but I allegedly heard he pulled out. But yeah, ain't nothing exciting left in boxing left, bro. None of this shit exciting no more. Top Rank still ain't got a network home. Cause they ain't got shit left. So yeah, boxing is done. It's cooked. It's cooked. So, see what's up for, got a lot of room to come in. and do what they want to do. But this moving out of January something, like, who cares? Move it to January never. We wouldn't care. So, just my humble opinion on it. Hit the link tree. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. Go live or drop video. Hit the link tree. Join me everywhere. I appreciate y'all. Peace.